Merry meet Gemini, Gemini sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Geminis starting today, the 21st of February, 2025. This is Ariel Gatoga, and today I am reading with this Tarot de El Dios de los Tres. It's a gorgeous deck. I've already purified with this Van. This one happens to be Vervain by Fragonard. And you can find links to purchase each of these products in the video description of this video right here on YouTube. We are streaming live, and moderating for us today are the lovely Vanessa and the lovely Jennifer. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you so very much to all of you Geminis and friends of Geminis for joining us for this 2-week reading. I do have a bit of shuffling to do, so please be patient. We'll get right to your reading. If you haven't already done so, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Our shop is located at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. This reading goes out to a lot of Geminis, so if for some reason it doesn't seem like it's applying to you, it may just not be the one meant for you. In that case, just disregard the reading and check out instead the zodiacal readings for your other signs. Remember that we also have a daily reading for all signs as well as a weekly pick-a-card reading, and you can find the most recent of all those tarot streams right on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link right in that main menu. If you'd like to donate to this channel, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. Or if you're here live on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat. Excuse me. And if you are live, and if you are on a restream, you could use a super thanks. We do appreciate your support, and we do appreciate you for being here, Gemini. Just a few more shuffles, and I think we'll be good to go. Let's do one more for good measure. Give this deck a nice clean cut. And let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Geminis. Starting out with the Knight of Cups, lovely. Followed by the High Priestess, beautiful. And then we've got this gorgeous Strength card. Aren't you doing great, Gemini? You're doing so well. Some of you are like, what? Must not be for me. I know, because a lot of the great and doing well is happening behind the scenes, and you're not seeing the results of whatever's been going on yet, but it's coming. It is coming. And a lot of the stuff going on behind the scenes in the unconscious realm is really important. It's really important in you, and you're I guess this is a new version of being patient for you. It's not that you're patient for something specific. You have to be patient to see the wonderful surprises that are ahead of you, because there are wonderful surprises. They're not shocking, horrible, bad surprises. They're wonderful surprises that are awaiting you. And one of the ways that you can help to kind of unlock that, to open that up, to unveil it for yourself, to allow the unseen to come into the seen world, is for you to do a little bit more work on yourself. This is a wonderful time because your access to these deep realms is actually heightened. The Strength card talks about looking at parts of the personality that are not acting in your best interest. We all have that. Every single person on the planet has that. But most people on the planet don't pay attention to it. They just take it for granted and they don't do anything about it. Whereas you, it looks like, are either doing something about it or going to do something about it. Some of you are in therapy, or some of you are working on, some kind of even methodical manner to really get under the hood and do some inner healing, deep inner healing. And that's why I'm saying you don't even know the wonders that are awaiting you. Because what happens when you do this, and if you aren't doing it yet, I think you will be on some level or another. What happens is when we're children especially, depending on, it doesn't even matter what your upbringing was. If you had a very challenging, abusive upbringing, it's more profound, but anybody this happens to, a child doesn't know how to cope. It doesn't understand. And most parents don't really are not equipped to be that present with helping a child program their deep mind. So it's nobody's fault. It's just an unfortunate way of our species, that children are sort of left to their own devices when it comes to their minds. And so kids don't know how to cope. So they make up all kinds of rules. That's called, many therapists call that magical thinking, which is an unfortunate term because it's different than what we in magic call magical thinking. But what that means is that kids make up little rules. They make up ideas that if I do this, then maybe this will happen. In order for me to cope, I have to do this, I have to do that. And they make sense to a little kid. But then as you get older, the little kid never gave up those ideas. And so those things are still working in the background and creating results for you based on these old laws, these old rules, these childlike rules. And so those are seen in this card as being beasts. Some people call them demons. They're not evil. They're not bad. They're just misguided. They've been left to run amok. And so what this work entails is, when something's not working for you, is to look within and find the beast that's running amok and tame it. Learn how to tame it. And you do that by loving it, by telling it it's okay. It's part of you, right? Loving it and saying, we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to do that anymore. Thank you for trying to help me, but this is what we are going to do now. And how can you help me in a new way? And what you do is you take those deep parts of you that have been causing problems, and instead of trying to banish them or destroy them, you recognize they're trying to help you, and you repurpose them, you retrain them, and they happily help you. And that's when you start really seeing some amazing things happen. So there's a meditation that takes you through that for the strength card. And there's another meditation in my main meditations, whatever that's called, the link. Thank you, Ariel. On my website, arielscorner.com, you can go into free guided meditations, or then there's the tarot meditation. So the tarot meditation for this one is called, is the one for the strength card. But then there's another one called, I think it's called Facets of something about facets. And if you can just look for the personality facets meditation on the main meditations link, that it's an even deeper version of that. And I would recommend that you go through that process. Ace of Coins, Ace of Cups, Three of Coins. Whoa. Definitely you want to go through that. This is what's on the other side of that. When you get some of these personality facets inside of you that are kind of causing problems, when you get them repurposed and refocused, new money, new happiness, and great prosperity over time, growing prosperity over time, money, money, money. See, there's practical benefits in this. It doesn't just make you feel better. It's not just a spiritual exercise. Not that just is the right word. It's not exclusively a spiritual exercise. It also has practical ramifications when you can work deeply like that with yourself and repurpose some of these old sort of outmoded ways of being, which, like I said, if you can learn to love yourself, all of that, even that part of yourself, you'll recognize it's trying to do some good for you. It's trying to do something right. And all you have to do is just give it a hug and say, okay, thank you. Now we're going to do it this way. Now we're going to do it this way. So this Ace of Coins, remember that in the game of tarot, it's very much like bridge. I don't know if you know about bridge. It's a trick-taking game. And so if the cards on the table, the trick in question is in the suit of coins, you're the winner. If the trick on the table is in the suit of cups, you're the winner. And then you have this trump card, these two trump cards, and they can trump anything. So you're pretty much the winner no matter what. And what you're winning is you're winning the game of life. Because you're playing, it's a type of game of solitaire. You're not winning against other people. You're winning in that you're bringing yourself higher and higher, Gemini. Everybody wins. All parts of you are winning right now. And it's up to you to accept that and to know that and to be aware that there are still parts of the personality that think that winning might be a threat, that winning might be something that's not good for us, that it might be protecting against all of that winning that you're doing. And so it's very important that you love yourself and that you gently encourage yourself when you're feeling afraid. When you're feeling afraid of what's coming, when you're feeling afraid of what's around you, you don't get down on yourself at all. You're very encouraging and very loving. You can even do some mirror work where you look at yourself in the mirror. Oh, I know a lot of people hate that. It's okay. It's okay to hate that and do it anyway, just because the reason why you hate it is because there's a part of the ego that knows, oh, I can't survive this. There's no way I'm going to survive this. If they get that much in love with themselves, what am I going to do? My jig is up, right? Because the ego will lose its hold on these parts of your personality and things are going to start really working out for you. So standing in front of the mirror, just looking into your eyes and just saying to yourself, I love and accept you right now. You're perfect just the way you were created. I love you just the way you are right now, right here, right? And then if you get afraid of something, you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, you can do this. This is easy. You got this. You are safe and you are protected, right? Really being your own best advocate. Being your own best advocate, no longer being your own adversary. This is the help that you're receiving, this Knight of Cups. There's a lot of help. And where does that Knight of Cups help come from? It comes from within you. It comes from the depths of your soul. So it's a very deep time for you, Gemini. A very deep time for you to connect with that fount of wisdom within you, that fount of prosperity that is within you. It's a deep spring, it's a wellspring of prosperity, of joy, of healing, and of self-love and self-care. Self-love and self-care. Self-love and self-care in this particular sense is not self-indulgence at all. Not at all. Self-indulgence is an ego activity. It's where you are indulging the unhealthy parts of yourself, your so-called self, your false self. But the ego is self-indulgent. The spirit is not self-indulgent because it doesn't need to indulge. It's self-oriented because that's its identity. So you want to allow yourself to love yourself and to be your own best friend, to be your own ally, your own advocate, that you and you are like this. Nothing can separate you again, right? Because when you get that way and you stay that way, Gemini, there's no stopping you. And it really looks good. It looks really, really good. Today, like I said, this is a turning point for you. Today is the start. This couple weeks is the start of some really big trends with these aces and this ongoing prosperity. So this is, again, very practical benefits here, not just, and I hate the word just, it's not exclusively spiritual. It's not exclusively making you feel better about yourself. It's by being spiritual and feeling better about yourself, though, that all of the practical benefits come. So this is where your priorities are, is in loving yourself and accepting yourself right now. You're going to do so great. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate you. And thank you so very much to the amazing moderators, Vanessa and Jennifer. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for another reading, Gemini. Until then, blessed be.